and players smiling. But Michael Jordan is not only the best basketball player, but he's the most exciting basketball player to ever play.
Tatum fires away, pumps it in, 51 for Jason Tatum.
The Big Three NBA podcast is powered by Prize Picks.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on this thing here, like the Gap Band. I'm gonna drop a bomb. I think the Celtics should make a play for Damian Lillard. That's what I think. Damian Lillard is been waived by the Bucks. We just today waived and stretched, so no one's gonna pick up that contract. Ain't nobody.
That joke?
Huh?
I said that he waved back. Every year I find a way to get that joke in.
Oh God!
Anyway, his contract. Yeah, why should they be?
Yeah. Thanks, Kwani. You've thrown it all off now.
I'm sorry. I can't help
myself. No, Kwani, he didn't wave back. Dang. Anyway, this is what I think.
If you wave back to the Bucks, he waved back with one finger.
Yeah, one finger.
That's a good one.
He wasn't telling Milwaukee they're number one either.
Right.
So this is what I think. Okay. I think you don't give Dame, you don't have the money to give Dame. You have the taxpayer mid-level $5.6 million. You sign to a 2-year deal. You let him rehab. Yeah, you let him rehab with Jason next year. He's coming back from the torn Achilles about a month before Jason did. And then you really compete in 26, 27. You got him and Jason along with Derek, Jalen, and then you find a bit. Oh yeah, Al. Al be back too.
Right.
Yeah, they gonna bring back Luke. And you find a big man and you go all out, balls to the wall in 26, 27. Because you got to take advantage of Jason and Jalen's time. And to me, I think that's something they should seriously consider. Let Dame rehab in Boston. He's going to miss most of the year. He's not expensive because he's already getting paid by Milwaukee. You kind of troll Milwaukee by taking another one of their players, as you did with Drew Holiday, right? You did that a couple years ago. Dame comes up, he rehabs, he's as motivated as ever. He mad. They just basically dumped him. So
you have 4 good games.
Yeah, you don't think
home against Milwaukee.
Yep. So to me, that's something they should consider if they have. Now, if it's going to put them in the second, don't do it. But you have in the first apron the taxpayers mid-level. If you can talk Dame into coming, now you have 2 guys. You have to be useful with your roster because 2 guys next year on your roster who aren't going to play. But if you're not going to win next year, why not let him rehab, be a mentor to Peyton, let him rehab with Jason, bond there. In 26, 27, a motivated Dame who still has something left, and Jason, Jalen, Derek. Like it's you really, the only thing it really does is take up a roster spot because you're not paying him $25, $35 million because he's already getting paid by Milwaukee. Whoever he goes to, Miami, whoever, people talk about back to Portland. Our friend Chris Haynes threw that out there. They ain't paying him nothing. So why, if the Celtics, would you just think about that? Think about that. You want to come back, like you want to take a year off, right? You're gonna take the lumps. You're gonna get punched in the face. You're gonna get mollywopped. You want to in 26, 27. You want to be like, all right, we here for payback.
Mollywop.
Yeah. Yes.
We need to say mollywop.
Yes. We here for payback. It's payback time. We got a list of suckers.
Okay, Jay Crowder.
Exactly. We got a list of suckers.
Really.
Knicks, suckers.
Everybody
suckers. Bucks, suckers. Pacers, suckers. We got a list of suckers. We're going to cross off in 26, 27. So to me, the Celtics should seriously consider if Dame's like, I don't want to come to Boston. I don't want to, like, okay, then you just move on. But if he's like, this is your best chance to try to win a championship before you retire, because remember, Dame is 35. Like, why not kick the tires on it and see what if you're gonna like not win next year? Why not have 2 All NBA players waiting to get back in 26, 27 and be like, all right, like, what's up now? You know, what do you think, Sherrod?
I'm just trying to marinate over them getting mollywopped. That's
Exactly. Nobody wants to be mollywopped.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that smoke. They don't want that mollywop smoke. Listen, here's the thing, Gary, and you touched on this, but I think this is a much bigger deal, and I think it's why the Celtics will be reluctant to do this deal is because you don't have one, you got two guys coming back from a major injury, the kind that's sidelined them both, and I'm not sure if the Celtics will be as comfortable and confident leaning on Lillard, knowing that whenever you come back from this type of injury, particularly for someone at his age, advanced age, he's going to lose minimum one, probably two steps that from what he's used to. So if he's not able to create space the way he is accustomed to doing with any kind of consistency that we've seen throughout the course of his Hall of Fame career, it's going to make his job somewhat frustrating at times for him because the body ain't going to be able to do what the mind knows it can do. And it's going to make it, I think, a little bit, he's going to get, I think, more in shot chucking mode than he normally is because he's trying to find a way to get it going when, like, you know, you got guys like Jalen Brunson who's sticking with you as if they are like Marcus Smart or Gary Payton. That should never happen. That should never happen. And I think that's what you'll see.
I would say this, Sherrod, to your point. He doesn't have to be the number one guy or the number two guy. Or even
he shouldn't be, can't be.
Or even the number three guy.
He should be number four at best.
Jason, Jalen, and probably Derek. So
with Richard.
Dame is your number four guy or number three guy. I'll take that.
Yeah.
A motivated Dame.
Well, here's my question to you, Gary.
Because you're trying to win in 26, 27. Like, you got to take advantage of the window you have. Remember, we watched Allen, Pearson, Garnett get together. And they won one title, right? In 09, Kevin Garnett got hurt. In 10, they lost in Game 7. 11, LeBron showed up in Miami, and they only won one championship, right? And as much as that team is beloved, they got one chip. If this team gets two, because you can't just be like, oh, well, Jason got plenty of time left. We don't know. Jason 27, Jalen's going to be 29 October. Like, this is the time. This is their prime. They're entering their prime, right? So for me, I tend to think you need to try to take advantage. And then Dame plays one more year after that, and then he goes and signs another big deal with somebody else. You sign him for $5 million. Yeah. It's a low risk move if he's cool with it. Now, if he's going to turn around and be pouting, but it's his best chance to win a championship because Oklahoma City ain't signing him, Houston ain't signing him. So, like, where are all these teams? Where's his chance to get a chip? Miami? Yeah, you go to Miami. Who you gonna play with? Bam, that's it. Like, even Duncan Robinson done got out of there. Like, Miami's not ready to win a chip. So if I'm Dame, I'm thinking I got to sacrifice 2 years here. I'm gonna work out, and he can also be a mentor to Anthony Simons, who's going to be there next year. We don't know whether Simons will be in Boston long term, but it's something to me that you would think about. And remember, everybody thought Brad was crazy when he got Drew Holiday. He saw Drew Holiday and was like, come on now. Like, whoa, that's a lot, and how did that work out? It worked out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's, Gary, the point that you brought up, and to me, it's the one thing that I don't have a feel for. I don't think the Celtics have a feel for, and there's nothing that Dame has done at this point that make you feel comfortable that this can happen, and that's accepting the diminished role and reality of your game. Is he willing to accept the fact that Dame Dollar is more like Dame's 75-cent piece right now? He ain't $1 no more. I'm not getting with Dame Dollars on the court. I'm not getting $1 no more. I'm getting less than $1. I'm getting change in $1.
So he's
corny as possible.
He's Dame 50 Cent.
He's not quite 50 Cent. I give him a little bit more than that. but he's
Dame
not
Dollar
Dame Dollar.
Dame 7. He 3/4 Dame.
Yeah, 3/4 game. I got one of them right here. His game is off by about this much now, by that much. But I don't know if he is willing to accept the fact that you're going to have to be the third or fourth option.
That's a good point.
To you, to me, to those of us who watch the game, to those of us who've seen championship teams put together, it seems like it's a pretty easy thing to do. But when you've been that number one option everywhere you've been for as long as you've been in the league, it's hard to, I think, wrap your mind around the idea that there's going to be at least 3 or 4 guys that are better than me. There are going to be at least 3 or 4 guys who are going to get that number called to take shots, and I ain't going to be one of them. How is he going to mentally wrap his arms around the likelihood that his quest to win a championship, if in fact that is still something that he is seeking, is going to require him to humble himself and no longer be Dame Dollar, but be Dame less than $1 in order to make that happen? Because to me, Dame less than $1 can help you win a championship.
Right. Don't stop calling him that. That's insulting. That's insulting.
He's a great Gary. He's a great player. He is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But let's stop calling him that.
I'm spiraling with laughter.
Stop calling him that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Dame, if you happen to watch this, we don't mean any disrespect.
I ain't calling you Dame Dollar.
But we're
He's
together.
Dame Dollar to me.
So you gotta.
This time, that's Dame Dollar.
We get what you're saying, Sherrod. We get what you're saying.
He's not.
To respect.
Sherrod called him Dame 65 cents. You ain't right.
I said 75. Get it right.
I can't believe you.